We're going to go over some of our latest features here, and stay tuned for this special presentation. All right, so the title is Schedule Jobs, Functions, Backend Functions, and Before Insert Hooks. So just to give you a little demonstration what we're talking about here, we have a page that we're getting information from our Salesforce database, and we're pulling information. So we want to make a simple integration, and we are pulling the data on a schedule job. So our first thing is our schedule job. So if you create a jobs.config, it allows you to create a scheduled job. And basically how this works is we put the location of our function, the name of our function, we can get a description, and then the cron expression. Um, there is a site here you can go, and this will let you plug in those details and give you the code, right? So you just plug that in here, and we want to create this every 1 hour. Let's see. So every 1 hour. So every 3 hours is that. Every 1 hour is that. Okay. So I gotta update this because I have something different. So if we go into our thing, oh, because if you put slash, okay, so it's 4 stars, 0 4 stars, 0 4 stars. Okay, so this will happen every hour. Okay, so we'll go ahead and update that. So this will call this update database function. So if we go to our JSW file, so here we have a few functions that we created. So this update database, okay. So this update database, we have this function that is calling to our post to database using the stage. Okay, and then we have like a loop here. So it's gonna go through each of these stages and call it in this post database. All right, so if we go up here, we have our post database function. And what this does, it calls on to this get dogs with that same stage. Okay, so if we go ahead and look up here, this is our get dogs with the stage. Okay, so it's passing in that stage. And then we're defining our fields that we want. So the max amount of records that you can get per call is 2,000, right? So in order for us to kind of like get all of the uh, records to populate our collection here, um, we're going and originally I had this to 2,000 in batches of 500, so it will call this function and it will make a query around 4 times, right, to build up the records. in our uh, records array. Okay, so in our results array. Okay, so we were getting all these fields, and it was building this record results array. Okay, and then so it makes a query. So we have our dynamic query here, which we are ordering by last modified. So the last 1,000 records are modified. They're probably gonna modify maybe a few records, but we're just grabbing everything to populate our collection. So this number can be less if we want to like make this not have to call that many records, but just to fill out our collection, we were going all the way to the max, and we were calling it with different filters, with the stage, right? So right now we're not even passing the stage, but it was calling it a few times. And if you see here, we have our where, and we can have our detail uh, condition in there. So right now, there's no filter, so it's just gonna query the last 1,000 records. Okay. So once it queries that, it builds our results. It returns our results object object of arrays, and then we go back to our results here. So we're mapping our results to our Wix collection fields. Okay, so here's all our collection fields, and this is the equivalent of what we're getting over here. So we're keeping the names pretty similar. So we have all of our fields that we want to populate, right? So we're logging it, see what we're getting. Then we're doing okay, so you probably can't see any of this. All right, let me start over. All right, so just start the video from here. So first of all, we got our update database, which is calling our post to database, and our post to database is calling on this get dogs function, which we have defined all of our fields from. These are all the fields from our ServiceNow, I mean Salesforce, and then we are defining some uh, limits, and this is how we are iterating through our batches and setting our offset. So for example, for the first 500, it's going to query them, and then the next 500 is going to query them. So this is all querying, getting all that data in and saving it all to our results array. And we can make our query dynamic. And here are the other examples of how to make that dynamic using filters. So we are returning our results back to this post to database. So this is going to post it into our Wix collection. And we have our results. So we are awaiting our results and assigning it um, to this variable, right? And then we're mapping the results. And here we are creating a new object and setting our fields that are going to be saved to our database. Okay, So here we have all these fields in there, and then we're doing a bulk update. Okay, so we're updating all these records at once. Okay, so this is happening really quick, and if we have any errors, we're catching those. All right, and then actually, so here's the other function, the bulk update function. So we're passing our to our collection, our data. So this is we're gonna see this in a moment. Um, and then from here, we got our data. So we got our collection, right? Our collection and our data. We're passing that into this function, which is doing a bulk save. Okay, so this bulk save is taking our collection and our data, and it bulk saves it. Yeah, that's it. And then we have our results, and then our results is returning some data back, like how many records were inserted, how many were updated, if any of them were skipped, if there was any errors. And then we have this nice little statement here. Okay, and we're catching our errors, if any. All right, so that will be the last part of it. So these stages are really not necessary right now. So we'll just leave it as it is. So if we click here, we're gonna be able to see it. So we're gonna run it. So it's taking so start running. Let's see. So it takes like maybe 10 seconds. All right. So it does it 4 times. Yeah, and then I'm getting this one error. I don't know where this is coming from. No information at all. Inserted. Insert. All right, so as we can see, we got our records here. So if you can see, we have our array of 500 items in this one. And as we can see, we have our data coming in. So we got a lot of historical data. So a lot of this data, um, we probably don't need to be calling it because um, they're older records, right? So we're probably dealing with data that's more recent. So from this year on is probably the amount of data we want to get. But for testing, we were calling on a lot of these other records, but we can see that it's returning all information, and we do have like a photo record here. So I'm going to talk about that in a moment. All right, so here's all of our data coming in. And I think all of these are the same because we're not really using the stage right now. So let's see, Wrigley, someone's young. Yeah, so all of these are the same. So we're just calling it 4 times. Okay. So there's our data coming in. Oh, I forgot to show you the last part. But yeah, the last part it just shows you um like yeah, so this part. So error, skipped, updated, inserted. Okay. So so if we look at our collection, right, our database, so all of this is coming in. Then one of the things that we're doing, did I close it again? So what we're doing is we're mapping directly the ID So we're not using Wix IDs. We are directly using um, the IDs from Salesforce. And the reason we do that is because it will be easier for us to match it, right? So if we look at here, so this is our Salesforce IDs. Oops. And then here is our ID. Okay. So this is the ID in Wix system. Okay. Underscore ID. All right. So when you insert a record, if you define an ID, it could be anything. And when we um, use that bulk update, it's using the ID as the key, right? And we don't have to do any transformation. We don't have to like make queries like too specific to the ID. Automatically is the ID already. So it's easier to update records or to you know, so it won't create duplication. So as we can see in our collection, we have over, let's see, we have over 3,580, and all of these are different IDs. Okay, so none of them are being duplicated. The names are duplicated because there's a lot of dogs with the same names, right? Okay, so all that is working beautifully. The other thing we have is we have their date of birth, and we do have a function that we can use. It's called get birthday, something like that. So it'll take the date of birth and it gives us the age of the pet. All right. And then the other thing we needed to do was we're getting an image from our collection. Okay, so if we filter this, let's do let's just zoom out a little bit because this is way too big. Okay, so if we do website stage available, Bell, Bell. All right. So if you notice, we are getting we're getting this a shared link, right? But this shared link is not the format that we want, right? This works as for somebody to go in and see a photo, but we need the actual URL of the image, right? So we got a hook that converts that link to something like this. It gives us the right type of link, right? How do I know this? Uh, Stack Overflow, I guess. So we're getting the ID and we're just appending it to the actual URL, how it needs to look like. Okay, that's it. Now these pictures are public, so we just need the right format so we can get to the image directly. And as you can see, it's working. Okay. So whenever they update that in Salesforce, any of this information, every hour it's going to update and get the latest one. All right, so that's working good. So if we go here, we can take a look at it. So if we go here to our data, we have a before update. Okay, so we're taking our photo field, right? if there's a photo field. So if it's null, then ignore it. If we have a photo field, and so we're defining how it needs to look like, we're taking our photo field, the raw link, and we are doing some Reddit. So I guess I looked this up. I didn't know how to create this, but yeah, it's taking our link that's not good, and it's getting to the point where we have our ID, right? So we got our ID. We define it by doing some regular expression here. And now we're saving it to this other field, right? So we're putting that ID in there. And there we go. That's how we do it, right? And it needs to be before insert or before update. So if it's a new record, see, because this is before update. If it's a new record, I guess it's gonna take an hour for it to update again. So I guess we can do this for yeah, let's do it for insert too. So that way they're like, oh, why is this not working right away? So if we do before insert, boom, same thing. All right, so it's gonna take that link and it's gonna always fix it. All right, great. So that's how we do our hook. So the third thing we wanted to talk about is so you can always create a oops, you can always create a file here and just create like basic functions that you use all the time. So for example, like if you want to add, you can import this public functions into your code. I guess your backend code because this is a .js. So into your backend code, and you can do add, two numbers, just add them together, multiply. We got a percent one here. If you want to get a percent of a number, percent to get times a number. Okay, like 20% of 100. So it has to be the percentage here. So it kind of returns us some type of percent. And then we have our birthday one. So this is the one I was talking about. So we actually got two. We got calculate age and we got birthday. These two work the same. This is the AI version. And this is my version that AI helped me fix because I was missing these negative ones here. So I believe, and then I was missing this. I don't even know what this does. Dash dash. But it works. So if we call on this, so if we go here, so we got birthday. So we got, um, so if we put a birthday like, it gives us an age. See? Let me see. Can we do the date backwards too? Let's see. Oh, so it'll take the date either way. That's cool. So it understands dates like that. If you do this, let me see if this works. Yep, it works with dashes too, and I believe it still works with like periods too. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, so these are three acceptable ways with the slash, the dash, or the periods. Now you can't put them all together. If it's like all the letters, I mean all the numbers together, that won't work. There needs to be some type of thing here to separate them. And that is because, why is this working? How does this work? So I guess we are, yeah, because it's a date. So input date of birth. So we got our thing here. It says replace. So it's doing some type of regular expression here, or we're replacing. Huh. So see, this one's doing it differently. This one still also works. Let's see. So I'm just gonna. Oh, okay, so this one doesn't work if it's backwards. Alright, so my code is better than the AI code. So my code works any date time, any date type. Alright, that's good to know. So I'll be using this one. Alright, so the other cool thing is, so Wix has these packages, right? So see, they have this integration 1.9. The issue I had with this was, it's locked down. Like I can't do anything. And they're using JS4s, right? But they're only giving us 5 functions here. One, two, three, 4, 5. Just 5 functions. But there's a lot more functions you can do. There's other functions, and there's one that describes, right? They don't have the describe. So what I did was, you can now create your own packages. So I just recreated this. I took the same code, I just did copy paste it over, but now I can create my own functions, right? So I got those same 5 ones, but now I got the get object one. So get object lets me describe the object. So if you're not sure about fields, or if you're kind of limited in your access to somebody's Salesforce, right? And you you're trying to get information, but you don't want to like you still have like limited access. This lets you describe an object completely. So you can put in a lead and it gives you all the fields. If they have like 200 fields, you're gonna see all the fields in that lead object. So this was helpful because there were some fields that um, we were missing. So we need to see what kind of fields we had. So like I created a couple ones. We have this describe global one, and this one is for everything. And then we have a describe with the object. So this one you can pass in the object that you want to describe, and it gives you that specific object. Yeah, this one actually gives you the whole everything. Wow. So like all the objects, all the fields, everything in the instance. So that's probably why they include it because it's too powerful. And then you can go into JS Force, look at their documentation, and see what other objects, I mean, what other functions you can create. But here I can create my own objects. I mean, I can create my own. You can actually, yeah, you could create your own objects, but we won't. But you can create your own functions to call. And if you're just testing, because this you got to go into a different place and kind of like create the packet, and it's still locked for me. But if I go into here, Wix blocks, see, I can go in and update my package, right? If you're just testing, you can just do this. Like if you don't want to create your own package and stuff, just create one of these, just a JS file, and the same thing. You can just copy that code, and you can create your own. See, there was the auto query records I was trying to test here. Get contact, so like you can create a lot other stuff just to test, just to see where you need to be, and if these other ones kind of work, then you can go ahead and put them back into the packet, make it official packet or package, I mean. But here, authenticate account, you define it up here too. So, it's using your Wix secrets. So that way, you're not exposing any passwords or anything. And you can actually do this also from the web script here. Like, see, I was even testing it here. So you can, but the better way is by, going into calling it from the back end. So see, I'm not even calling this right now. So we can get rid of this. All right. So we'll go ahead and clean up these functions, and now this was some other code I had from somewhere else. This one actually, what it does, it checks to see if somebody's birthday is today, and it lets you, like, if you set up the send grid, you can send them an email from here. So I was looking to see if there was a way to not have to use send grid and just send it directly from Wix, right? Because you can do that. But I couldn't find a easy way to do that. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But yeah, they all point to using the SendGrid. But I think Wix has something that lets you do that. but I'll probably have to look more into that. But yeah, this one gets it checks today's date and it gives us the month and day, right? From the birthday we're slicing 5 and 10, which I think it's gives us the month and day, and we query our address book or wherever we have our data. In this case, it could be like, so if it's like dogs, right? Dogs. And then if we look here, we have date of birth, right? Date of birth. So if we go birthday, birthday. Okay, so date of birth. And then ends with birth date. Okay, so this is taking like, so it's matching not the year but the month and day, I believe. Okay. So if that matches, it's gonna find, and it's today's, and then we have the full name, so this will be name, okay, name, and then email. There's no email. I guess we can do this. We can show the picture. So let's do website and take photo. Okay, take photo. And see, this would have like sent the email, but I guess we can just show like a picture. Can you imagine? Okay, so we can have like a place where it says today is, this picture of the dog with like a frame that says happy birthday, right? That would be cool. So I guess let's do that. Let's write um, place where we can see a picture frame saying happy birthday with the name and photo of the dog. Okay. Today is, let's see if there's any. So it's today is the house many dogs' birthdays. It's a lot of birthdays today. All right. Now, because I guess it's too many, so we need to make sure that the dog is still alive. And the way we can do that uh is equals Stage. Okay, let's see which one we're gonna use. Alright, so we're gonna use let's use adopted. Yeah. Or available. Okay. Available and adopted. Can I do this? Can't do this? Hmm. Expected to. We got 3. Hmm. No. Oh, maybe like this. Or I can do that. Alright, let's see. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. 0. Hmm. Well, then this one was adopted. So maybe this gotta go higher. It's gotta go before this. Let's see. No birthdays today. Hmm. I think there's something that's not. Hmm, let me see something. Fine. Huh. Nope. Any value. Fine. Square matches. Fine. Let's see. Fine. Returns item that match query. Oh, you know what? Let me try something here. Nope. Hmm. 416. 416. So it is getting the date correctly. Dog's name. All right. Well, Let's try contains. Um, I don't think this is gonna work. Undefined. Okay. Has has all photo. Hmm. Yes. We need to filter this down. How do we filter this down? All right, let's ask our mentor. All right, so I am going to copy this whole thing. Add filter query. Okay, so I'm add no add no add a filter. All right, so I'm asking it to add a filter of stinger is available to this code. All right, so let's see if it understands. Oh, you know what? I was putting in double quotations. I think that was the issue. All right, let's try this. Nothing. All right. Still did not work for me. Why? Why? Hmm. It's probably not like not querying enough. So is this like not really doing what it needs to do? Hmm. Okay, so this is like working today. All right. Um. hmm. Oh, you know what? This is using this dot stuff. I don't like this. Um. Looks data query. Looks data query. Oh, but this is querying the database. Oh, you know what? No wonder, because I'm using the wrong. Wait, I'm not. Query. So I gotta be looking at. Well, yeah, so I guess, yeah, it's lowercase. Dummy. Okay, no wonder this is. Oh, look, it returned 1. Available. Oh, look at that. Okay, and I said available. So today is one of the birthdays. Alright, great. So it was the field that was bad. Today is Jack's birthday. Alright, so I was not going crazy. It was just the field was lowercase. Alright, so this or doesn't work though. Because if it was adopted. So how do you do a or? Because look at all these. Boom. But it happened to be today. This was more like, he's there, he's available. So it's gonna be website. Okay, so today is still Jack's birthday for another 7 minutes. All right. Can I do that? Return with undefined. Hmm. Oh, you know what? Um, it's not it. Let's see. Can I do that? We're undefined. Hmm. Undefined. Hmm. So, so I guess this doesn't return anything from here. So I guess this works, but So I guess we can maybe define. Okay, so let's do this once again. AI to the rescue. Okay, let's see if it understands. Add results for the card to an array. You can declare empty array. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Declare empty array. Okay, if birthdays. Okay, so that's where we put it. Okay. Huh. There we go. All right, so we're returning. We're getting the birthday. Today's Jack's birthday. That's good. Well, there you have it. So we have our function returning information. We got our functions, getting data, updating stuff, hooks, schedule jobs. So we did a lot of corrections and a lot of testing, a lot of silence. um, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, or if you simply want to subscribe, go ahead and share this link to other people. I'm gonna sign out now. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, and God bless you.